Covering the islands of the Bahamas, ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight.
Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Hope you had a great Saturday. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Altaviz Munnings. Thanks so much for joining us. National Security Minister, the Honorable Dr. Bernard Nottage, slamming the opposition for what he calls their ignorance on matters of national security. That's our top story tonight. During the prison inmate graduation this week, Dr. Nottage addressed claims that national security and the police was too quiet on rapes. The National Security Minister commended authorities for their work, saying they followed proper procedure. He believes the opposition should know this is a sensitive investigation.
It's typical of the opposition. They don't understand how the police should handle matters like this. I think the police handle the matter very admirably. It is not a political issue. It is nothing for the politician or the minister to be speaking about. What we are trying to do is to keep the Bahamas safe. And we have to take advice from them as to how we ought to go about doing that. And in their judgment, they had some very good leads. They did not wish to tip anybody off as to their leads. And as you can see, over the past few days, they've arrested quite a number of persons, and they have very good evidence. And I'm satisfied that the way they're handling the matter is the proper one.
Now, stressing that there's only much information that can be given out, Dr. Nottage said authorities sent out the necessary warnings.
This business of intelligence is one of the things that I'm talking about. The police have crime has a history in our country, and there are certain types of crime, when they begin, the police can almost predict what will happen. And so when crime is like that, rear their head, while they may not make a public statement, what they do is alert people who live in those areas. So these people have patterns, and they have a pretty good idea about who it is that is carrying out these crimes and where they are likely to strike. And in those instances, what they tend to do is to go in those areas and alert the persons in those areas without creating what could be an unnecessary panic.
In many parts of the world, prison facilities are self-sufficient, and that's what the Christie administration is seeking to do at Her Majesty's prisons. Today, National Security Minister Dr. Bernard Nottage has requested proposals for the facility to become an entity that can financially sustain itself.
There is no real justification why the central government should have to continually bear the full cost of incarceration for healthy, hearty sentenced inmates. Many prisons in North America are realizing savings by the creation of a robust prison industries program. And so I've asked the superintendent to propose one or two viable pilot projects for which I may seek to access mobilization funds to set the wheels in motion to make our prison more productive and more self-reliant.
On another note, Dr. Nottage encouraged inmates to take advantage of the opportunities available at the prison.
Be focused. Use the time to improve yourselves. Whether you need anger management skills, drug therapy, family reunification classes, life and entrepreneurial skills classes, technical, vocational, or academic courses, it's all here, and it's free of charge. I challenge you not to leave prison worse off than you were when you came.
And still on news from law enforcement, a number of police officers found themselves on the wrong side of the law. This was recently revealed by Police Commissioner Ellison Greenslade. While welcoming tips from members of the public regarding wrongdoing by police, Commissioner Greenslade highlighted the dedication and professionalism of the nearly 3,000 members of the police force who perform their duties diligently each day. But there are some former officers who are now incarcerated because of wrongdoing.
We have officers that are right now spending time in prison, convicted and spending time in prison. There are numerous officers since I became commissioner that have been discharged from the police force for ceasing to become efficient police officers and also what I deem to be in the public interest. Lots of people are unhappy with me as a result of those decisions, but I took them and I will take them again in the public's interest. I'm never ever going to sidestep. But I want to be fair to our hard-working people, and I'm going to finger point at them. I simply say, let's have the facts. You bring us the facts, we conduct the investigations, and we let the chips fall where they may.
Commissioner Greenslade pointed out that police work can be viewed on social media, including Facebook and Twitter, along with their daily crime reports. This is all in an effort to improve their partnership with the members of the public.
We're miles ahead of lots of people. Take a look at our website. I think we might be one of the few organizations that give you a ticker, which each day you can check yourself and see the latest arrests coming in for firearms and ammunition, and late-breaking stories. Our site is refreshed every day. We have a Facebook page. It's active and well. Folks are using it. I believe we've taken a quantum leap in respect of how we communicate with the press.
And continuing with more news from the police, it's the first of two of the country's latest traffic fatalities, just recorded recently. The first incident reportedly occurred around 11:45 Thursday night, which resulted in a 23-year-old male of South Beach. Preliminary reports indicate that the operator of a red and white Honda 650cc was allegedly traveling west along St. Vincent Road in the area of Silver Gates when he reportedly lost control of the motorcycle and collided into a white F-150 truck. The victim was taken to hospital where he succumbed to his injuries around 8 o'clock Friday morning. The second traffic fatality reportedly occurred around 3:45 yesterday afternoon on Farrington Road that resulted in the death of a 45-year-old male resident of Eastwood Estates. Take a look at the footage on your screen. Preliminary reports indicate that the deceased was driving a white 2009 Suzuki van east along Joe Farrington Road when he allegedly lost control and collided with a utility pole. The victim was pronounced dead at the scene. An active police investigation continues. The national traffic fatality count now stands at 23. When the weekend report continues, we've got more from the Prime Minister's tour in Old Fort Bay earlier this week. You're tuned into ZNS News, the Weekend Edition.